Ooh, that's fun.
Oh
Do we
gosh.
have anything important that we should name it after? You just started streaming, by the way.
I know. Since when was any number uh thing uh happy hi let's just that's the name. We're dealing with that. It's Ren, what do you expect? Nothing better than that.
Hey,
Hey.
I need to put myself on push to talk and practice the Ren voice because I just razzle voiced for like an hour.
Mm-hmm. Dear. Still check my YouTube. Finish uploading? If so, is it a new thing? Yes. Crap. Is it? Yes? Yes? Chirp, chirp. Uh, Nickelodeon. What's wrong?
No one else knows. So can me stay right here, my dear. Promise what you meant. Stay along to me. Katawa Shoujo mix.
No, I'll try.
This looks fun. I'm gonna follow this.
Mm-hmm. I guess I'm reading Rent.
Wait, the heck? Demons in your reality, isn't that? Okay, never mind. Alright, I'm reading.
It makes me feel better. It's funny how seemingly irrelevant things are. The most significant ones are at times like this. How Ren's voice is very small, barely audible when she says that. And how even her short bangs can cover her eyes when she looks downwards. And how they can't cover a deep red color rising in her cheeks and all the way to the tips of her ears. They turn to the very interest shade of red. A deafening silence follows. Very awkward, as if I saw something that wasn't meant to be, even if it wasn't on purpose. I don't know what to say, but it keeps feeling like I should know. It doesn't either. Still, feels like there's no momentum to lose, even if I keep silent. Like some weird wordless connection that would hold even so. Like some weird word. Oh, I've said that. Rin keeps shifting her weight from one foot to the other, restlessly looking somewhere around the room except me. She's the one who finally breaks the spell.
Can we go? I don't want to stay here.
Oh yeah, of course. Where? My reply is covering my nervousness as bad as her question is covering hers.
You can go wherever you like. I want to sleep. I haven't really slept for a few weeks.
What is this, you?
I didn't sleep last night. I just kind of sat there and stared up at the ceiling.
I know you do.
Yeah, the days that I say good morning at like 7, I didn't sleep.
Yeah, sometimes you like stay at like 10 or 11 and like, you sleep or just waited that long?
I sleep those days.
Okay, that's good to know. At least it's good.
It feels like there is a flock of light blue butterflies inside my head. It makes it hard to think properly.
You know, I get like 4 different notifications streaming.
I know.
Cough, cough. Doing. All right. What? How's the stream quality? Is it bad? Look at it on your computer.
I'm not watching it.
Okay.
I'm sure it's fine.
Terrible, let's go with that. It feels like a flock. Oh, wait, you said that.
The kind that you think is too blue to really exist, like Emmy's panties this morning.
Oh, Emmy. Oh, gosh. She shakes her head and almost expect a couple of ultramarine colored morphos to pop out of her ears. A small smile tugs towards the corner of her mouth.
That reminds me. The blue, not the panties.
What?
The word for a flock of butterflies is a swarm. I looked it up.
Mm-hmm. It's a swarm. That's like the worst thing to call something. It's like, oh god, it's a swarm. It makes my eyebrows rise at the questioning arc. Why don't you use it then?
I like the other word better.
Flock?
Yeah.
Why look it up in the first place then? Then you should use it, right? She nods and falls silent. Her gaze escaping mine to the side, tracking the dark orange sunlight reflecting from the red windows. Kind of like why I say it's like, oh. Like you find out what it really is, and it's like, well, you still like it, don't you? It's like, well, use that then. We stay like that for a while me silently looking out the window. Hey, are you right? Are you alright now? Oh, that's my words. Sorry. I'm an idiot. Her glance.
I mean, I guess I can be Hasao now if you want.
I mean, sorry, I just get distracted and then I'm like, oh, right. I have to read. She glances at me with the corner of her eyes, looking wistful again. The sunlight's reflection doesn't betray me in my inner feelings. I think I need to think about that. I need to continue this conversation, grasping those straws and finally revealed to even exist. But Rin's looking at the window so absent-mindedly that I know she won't be responsible for any way that would make sense. It's like some kind of defense mechanism for her to avoid being sensible. Her mind is like a butterfly itself, always fluttering somewhere anyways, whenever it is stirred. Just as I thought, I could see a blind behind her veil. She jumps up and reaches again. Maybe that's how Rin is. Maybe that's something I should accept if I get a peace of mind. Okay. I'll walk you back to your dorms then. Thanks.
Thanks. Really?
I'm just gonna read everything.
Read it all.
Yeah, I'm gonna read all the Rin lines and then you read out like the other people.
Really?
Do you want that?
You want to switch now?
Do you want that?
I think it'd be funny.
What, me reading Rin?
No, just switching all of a sudden.
Oh, you want Hasao?
No, but like, I don't know, like, you want to read Ren's lines?
I mean, I'm not opposed to it.
I feel like there won't be anyone but Ren and Hasao.
Yeah, that's fine. Unless it's really, no, never mind. Especially if it's really emotional, I'm not giving it.
Just, I'll read my lines out.
Alright, just don't hurt yourself.
I'm good.
Please. The empty halls in the schools devoid of students feel very lonely. Less than an hour after summer vacation began, the building seemed to be deserted, and all that intrudes is the stillness of the hallways and our footsteps. The change is stillness that shows that the building is still an empty shell, dead without the students and teachers. It's all thought that school has become a private world for the two of us, a desolate place filled with slants and chalk dust.
I think I have to change.
She says out the blue while we walk down the staircase from the third floor. It still matches me in the morning. I was thinking just before. That's what people must do sometimes. That's the last thing we say to each other that day, even though there would be so much to talk about. And even those words drown in the all-encompassing silence, disappearing into stagnant air, as if it was never said. Well, that was something.
Mm.
The first day of summer vacation is disappointment. I woke up, water came down the leaden sky in biblical proportions. I was optimistic at the time. A quick summer shower, I thought. Torrents of rain, a few minutes, then it's gone. No such luck. Rainwater is relentlessly pouring down the blue-gray sky outside, streaming down the glass of the windmill, of small brooks and rivers, and gathering together to form miniature ponds of the walkway. Isn't this the point where in the last time this is where they left each other because
Yes.
in the rain? It was like, oh, I have to go.
Yes, it was.
We will part ways. I will go to an art school and you will do whatever you need to do because I
But in
don't.
this one, they have sex instead.
I mean, we don't know that.
Oh, I know.
hmm And also, what triggers the streaming? I didn't press any. Did I like put like a button to make it stream?
I guess as soon as you turn on Katawa Shoujo, it just streams.
No, that is not what I do. Let's see my hotkeys. Start streaming, 0. Since when? That's not what I did. Okay, let's erase that. No, not backspace. Clear. No, stop streaming. Apply. Okay. Good.
So you just bumped 0 and it just started streaming.
Yeah, I was like, I pressed 0 because like when I was typing, oh, like Katawa Shoujo episode 20, and then start streaming. I was like, oh god, it's happened. Oh, is this the censor? Properties. How do I have?
Is someone watching this one?
I don't know.
Or did the bot come back?
I don't know. I don't know what that means. Does that mean someone follows me, even though I don't see anyone? What happened? I am utterly confused. If someone is here, tell me. Anyone, anything. Please. No, seriously, why does my alerts never work? Like, the sound works, but it doesn't show anything. At all. Ever. And why is that over there? There you go. Ah! It finally did it. Scary. Thank you for the follow. That was terrifying. Also, how are you here? I don't see anything. No, but seriously, how did I get like a... I legit don't know how I put a thing so I can make it every single time I want. It's called... That's strange. I know I did a keybind. Oh, right. Stream 2, where's the 0? Oh, stream 200. Yeah, center, there we go. Rainwater relentlessly pouring down from the blue-gray sky outside, streaming down the grass and the window, small brooks and river gathering down to miniature ponds in the walkway, as if done the past 2.5 hours. So I've been half-assed cleaning, reading a book, packaging stuff outside. I was bored the first two. The weather bags and spirit pretty down too, making it harder to do anything properly. Boom. Something bumps quite loudly against my door, rouses me from my apathy. Is it Ren? I hope it's not Kenji, and it sounds indoors, bowling alley. I hear no more sounds for the corridor until I walk out the door and open it. Yep. Ren. I wish seeing her would invoke some kind of emotion in me, but for one, I'm too surprised that she even came to see me, and for two, she's soaking wet. Her uniform shirt is drenched, and she's standing in her self-created puddle. Droplets rainwater are dripping from her short bangs, sliding down her nose until they fall down the tip, one by one. Hi. How are you feeling?
Medium normal.
Of course. Relatively questionable as her statement aside, she sure does look too good. You're all wet.
It's because I came from outside. Do you know it?
Why did you be outside? It's raining buckets outside if you haven't noticed.
I haven't. It's raining pretty hard though. I was on a walk.
Mm-hmm. Is that what you call dwelling in self-pity?
Do you think I'm pitiful?
No, I implied that you think you are.
I'm not. The rain is not a sad thing. Don't you ever walk in the rain?
Yes. I do, but it's with proper equipment like an umbrella. She can't have an umbrella, you insensitive twat.
You just need to imagine you have a blue umbrella with white straps.
Or maybe just imagine that there's something covering you, and then hopefully the magic of the universe will protect you from the rain. Because like sometimes when you're walking and you like focus on yourself and like I don't know, like Zenyatta goes zzz, like with this like ult, just like walk and then like the raindrops don't touch you, they like avoid you. Does that not happen to you? It's just me? Okay. I thought it'd be tough when raining is falling on my head.
Just imagine harder.
Yeah, she definitely is back to normal. Those half-sarcastic, inconsiderate remarks that really push my buttons even though it doesn't mean it, the vacant, spaced-out stare that always expects more than it gives. It's so very much her.
I may need to come in. I need some help with this water and clothes I'm wearing.
My brain quickly solves the equation and I stumble in my words. A stark display of contrasts against Ren's easygoing self-invitation. Oh, I think I know what's... But, Emmy... Ren shakes her head vehemently and causing water to sprinkle everywhere.
She left. Besides, she would just worry and fuss until she could not worry and fuss anymore, which takes a troublesomely long time. It's in fact longer than I want to hear her fussing, and I thought you'd probably not the fussing kind.
Just let it happen. She slumps down on her desk in a squishy sound. Her soaked clothes are making the desk and everything on it wet, but she doesn't care. Okay, fine, I'll help you out. I have a towel somewhere. Do you want dry clothes? Is uniform fine? I'm taller than you, but...
Everything is fine.
With a little searching, I find a fresh uniform and fluffy towel in the depths of my closet. A towel in one hand of the uniform in the other, I turn to face Rin again, uncertain with the next step. Well, technically, he's already done things with her, so just. The towel in one hand, uniform, Rin face again, uncertain the next step. There's something wrong with me. A normal guy. Stop it. Let me read that. A normal guy like me would just.
Stop worrying. It is not a problem. That's Violet. It's not a problem.
Mm-hmm. She probably could see right through my. God damn it, you. You told me. My hesitant demeanor. If I was completely transparent to her. Or not. Oh, sorry. I pushed my anxiety away and concentrated on the 8 buttons lined on her shirt, just like mine was. Only the first one was an obstacle, and getting over it to undo the others with slightly less shaky hands. I mean, what?
Look, it's Rin.
I mean...
Sort of naked. This is about as close as you get to naked with Rin.
Are you sure? This is as close
no,
as you get to naked?
No, she's naked in one picture.
I mean, what? I didn't say anything.
She's naked in one picture.
Uh-huh. Throwing this... Is the options there? Okay. We good. Soaking it... soaked shirt aside, I leave Rin's pale upper body shrouded only in her light blue brassiere, which instantly reminds me of her saying it's her favorite color. Like, I don't know how to say this, but like, for some reason I imagine like this is like your physique. No? Okay. I try not to think too much about stuff, but it's hard not to look at her body with what I can only think is mixed feelings. I don't know what to think about this, so I just watch her. Rin looks brittle. She's like a shell, a fragile thing, just barely holding together. Her ribs, each of them visible, each pale skin, are moving up and down in the rhythm of her breaths. Rin always struck me with quite thin, but I realize now that the manic creation period before the exhibition opening might have caused her to lose weight. Did she eat properly enough? Definitely not. That probably not. And this ugly yet beautiful bare minimum of human body that belongs to someone I care is the contradiction in aesthetics in itself, oddly becoming of her. My eyes following her collarbone and her shoulders and down to her arms and abrupt end. No, the less the bare minimum. I think it's barely pang the sad and some guilt for thinking like that. Her arms degenerated into almost nothing but bone and skin due to lack of use. Look very short now, long sleeves and uniform not covering them. My lack of negative reaction makes me think that I'm actually grown pretty accustomed to the various physical anomalies of my schoolmates. What's wrong with her? What are you talking about? I don't know. He says, why would there be something wrong with Rin's body besides her arms?
Nothing?
Exactly. He's like, he's like, I don't know why I'm not weirded out by her weird body. I'm like, what are you talking about? Rin doesn't have a weird body. Or am I crazy? I always wonder why Rin keeps her shirt sleeves long. Only thing them is simple knot with an elbow would be. It seems a bit impractical, but then again, she's not exactly the pinnacle of practicality. Maybe she likes it. Maybe it's somehow important to her. Maybe it's no deeper meaning to it. Or maybe she pretends she has arms. Because it's... Dibbidups. I feel like asking, and almost do, but Rin's miserable state requires a high priority in my attention. She stopped talking too after we ran into a spiky greeting. I guess there's no need for a chit-chat then. I pick up a towel in my bed and wrap it around her head, rumbling up over her hair and until most of the rainwater is hopefully soaked into the fabric. She peeks from below the towel to me, looking up in passive eyes. It looks like she wants to say something without saying it. It's that kind of look. But I can't read what she's thinking about from her face, so I just keep fussing the towel around her shoulders and hair. A silence is oppressive, terrifying. Communication between us suddenly been reduced to movements of my hands and towels, rinsing her body to and fro, my jacket breathing in her quiet breaths, trying to find a common rhythm that's just not there. I think I could hear her heartbeats, or maybe they're just mine rebounded. How do I have a viewer? That's my question. That's like
You're
my.
here for the Rin.
Mm-hmm. As I rogue strands of hair and ear, Rin passes pressing my cheek against the back of my hand. A contact of electric, a jolt of current surging through me. Whether she seeks comfort, warm, or just a touch, I wouldn't know, but I can't help touching her back, caress her front cheek with my hand, and with closed eyes she kisses me on the finger, counting the joints on her lips. I am saddened beyond my expression capacity. Here we are, a boy and a girl, both in love. Something like that, with each other, or maybe not, and yet something is broken. I could feel it in me. And in Rin, in the way our gazes merely brush against each other, shine away from contact, in her closed, timid posture, in my way of touching her like a china doll, afraid to shatter her delicate form, and how we are closer than we have ever been, yet not feeling happy. It's like yesterday. It's like tenderness and forlonging becoming one and the same word. Act as affection, start invoking for longing. How? Why did we end up like this? No, don't answer that. I don't like to say it to myself and fight against the omniscience of self-awareness and lost cause. Still, I am, and Rin is here, and I feel like she might be able to solve whatever problem she has. As if she can. Why couldn't I? Why couldn't we? It feels like taking that step is too much, too difficult, too uncertain. So, for now, all I could do is dry her up. She won't get in cold again. Pet her head. Try to sort out her hair that refuses to sort out when it's wet. The pair of dark gazes eyes follow my every movement. Pants too? She nods in answer, leans back and spreads her legs, with a grotesquely inviting gesture that makes a nasty feeling crawl up my spine like a bad premonition. It's not enough to sober me, though. The silence is starting to make me feel detached from myself. I move automatically without thinking, even though I should. I should talk to her about this, or at least about something. The science of spell, the pact of the bounds of private worlds made the dull sounds of rainfall and soft felt skin against my fingers. The button of trousers fastened tight and feels surprisingly easy, slipping them off hard, mostly because she's sitting down with no intention of standing up to ease my task. Oh god. I kneel down comfortably. Why do I feel like she looks kind of like Shizune/you right now?
I know. She looks like Shizune when she's naked and kind of like just a little bit more appealing looking.
How dare you? I mean,
I don't like red.
I mean, her art is different. Like, it feels like a different artist drew her and made her look like Shizune.
A different artist did draw her.
Yeah, you can see that clear as day. But like, it kind of looks like
Misha and Shizune were drawn by the same artist, but the rest of them are different.
I kneel down uncomfortably and tiltingly between her legs so I could quickly dry her bare feet, remembering that they were important to her, as hands are to me. As I work with the towel up her
Different artist.
Let's not get distracted with that. Rin brushes her thighs against my cheek and nudges a small and back her kneel and come back. Why am I keep looking over there? Come closer. I come to meet her silent stare as waiting for me to look up. And it's gone. Assuming unexpected stare keeps me in a ball of my court. I feelingly brush my hand against her inner thigh. Okay? And she's starting to blush. The touch makes her gasp sharply as she's trying to hold back breathing. What if I do this then? Oh gosh. That small kiss I placed on her thigh is enough to make Ren lose her composure, to shut her eyes, to squeal almost inaudibly. Is this what you wanted to? Would it be right now to take this step? What if maybe if hazy thoughts afloat toward the back of my unfocused mind? Somehow this whole situation made it hard to think, as if my head was fully in the cotton fluff. But it was alright. It feels something not something to be needed right now. Censor. It's this no one saw that. I mean, you'll see it in a bit, but like, shh, it's fine. By the grace of a small, vast amount of fabric slipping off Ren's panties, it's considerably easier than her trousers. It disappears past the field of vision, sliding somewhere to the line down her legs. It appears a poor job with the towel since Ren's legs are still wet from the rain. I don't think that's from the rain. Oh, sorry.
You can do this, Alan.
Well,
you made
whatever.
it through both of them.
And now he's in her legs. Let's just let that happen for a second. Guiding my instinct more than rationality, I move closer to taste the different kinds of wetness. This is what I want with you. I said nothing. She responds with me in slow movements of my tongue in her skin to my kisses on her flesh. I'm just gonna put this on top of that, so like if anyone walks in, I'm not doing anything. And cuff.
I feel like my mother's gonna walk in right now.
I know. I was
I
like,
have the feeling.
every single time someone like I'm doing this, someone just like happens to be here. I'm like, I'm not doing anything.
I'm just gonna go get my messages with Allie and just hang out here for a little bit.
Yeah, just pretend you can't see anything for like 20 seconds. I don't know. Her muscles tense, relax, rhythm, as if we're doing was uncomfortable. To hear Ren try not to make a sound and stuck in her air is unreal. So I just put that over there. The whole morning has been unreal, surreal, intangible, a waking dream. I can't believe I'm doing this to her now, but I'm doing this with the flow. Besides the point of no return with 1,000 miles ago, to move around, try things with her, to find the places where her weakness lies, to tease her, to drive her mad, pleasure because I want to do this with her. But she doesn't squeal, she doesn't squirm, for maybe I can't make Ren any matter. She already is, whatever I do, her raging, heavy breathing mixed with intangible moans. That is lunatic, but I do not cause it. I only release it from her. She becomes more and more moist as I drink from her, feeling a heat growing inside myself. I try to reach her deepest places, to feel it from her I can this way. This every action is met with different reaction, but all of those are out of pure lust. Ren is lost in desire. If I do it right now, willing to let anything happen to her, if I were to do it right now, it becomes closer and closer to the moment of release, but the way that it is the uphill slope of madness. Still, she keeps going that way. The muscles don't relax anymore between the waves of ecstatic spasms. Hey, that's safe for viewing, right? I can uncensor that, right?
Yeah,
That's totally not a thing.
that's safe for viewing.
Yeah, because it doesn't show her thing.
Still not safe for parents walking in, though.
Yeah, I was like, you wanna like put the window? That's how I say it's safe. Ren just becomes tenser and tenser, contracting so that she could be physically painful, so I do not let go. Keep going as I know she wants to. She desperately wants me to do this to her. Her leg curls around my shoulders and draws me closer, so close that I think that I'm going to choke. I'm going to because it's my only possibility. As I push the buttons to drive her into gasping her breath, locking her legs into a cramp against my back, losing her mind in the sensation that is precise moment, I seem to forget all that was meant to be, all that it should be. All I know is that she came here, and I think there was a Tao at some point too. None of that matters at all. All that matters is this. what we have done now. Her orgasm surges through me, too exciting me in a completely new way. Makes me feel anxious, nervous, bothered. As her body relaxes as she kisses down there again, what this startled her, causing her to jump.
Oh, lines.
Yep.
You can say that.
No. Sorry, my friend's voice is horrible. Sal, enough. Come here. Oh, I stand to remove the last piece of clothing Rin has, as she leans against me to catch her breath, tickling me with the warm air exhaled into my shirt. Blindly, I reach behind her back to feel my way below her shoulder blades, as to find a contraption that fastens her bra. It opens more easily than I thought, falling to the floor somewhere. Oh, this is good. Her bare skin against me is a sensation so wonderful that I could have more of it, as I do, embracing her. Rin's hair smells of rain as I realize that I'm not hearing the sounds of rainfall anymore. Its sobering thing, the cushion that enveloped us in a reality of our own, is now gone, and a realization more clear that it's happening. You know, this thing is not what friends should be doing. I whisper once again, noticing how much simpler matters of talking can be, overbearably difficult at times.
Will you stop being my friend?
That wasn't what I meant, but her serious tone with layers of connotations behind Ren's question gave me a pause. Nah.
I think it might be alright, even if you did.
Oh my. What is this, our relationship?
Maybe.
I hug her and smile into her hair, understanding Ren's perfectly for once.
You're wet.
Only with you. The remnants of water on her skin have drained on my shirt. Somehow, even her statements of oblivious made me glad right now. You're right, I am, but it's your fault.
I want to see you.
Oh gosh. I comply.
Walking downstairs, Rick. Don't come in now, no.
Put it down, put it down. What is it? Control S for? Close everything. Close all tabs. I comply, standing back down the buttons of my shirt, and more quickly than I undid Rin's buttons. A sudden sense of haste strikens me, spurring me to rush forward. Every second I'm not touching Rin is a second wasted, a chance lost. My belt unbuckled proves an obstacle despite my ability to open it in the blink of under normal circumstances. While I fumble with it, I didn't notice Rin bringing her foot up between us until she started tracing my chest with her toe. I looked down to see what she's looking at. My heart. I flexed back, covering the scar tissue in the middle of my chest. The shallow mark of the surgery following my heart attack. Left on my body has healed already, but, well, it's not particularly pretty sight if it's not overly repulsive either. It's barely noticeable, but she does have an eye for details. Is that why she said she wanted to see me? I had sort of forgotten about this because of all the mess with Rin, but now all the unpleasant things connected in my condition surfaced at once, surging through my mind like a flash flood. And, oh, God of all stories, with old guys getting heart attacks having sex, what if...
Tip, tip, tip.
Yes,
Yes,
ow. Realizing that I might have spoiled the mood, I stumbled to explain myself. Sorry. It's just that...
Let me touch you.
Her eyes are scary, inviting as she sits on her bare naked without even inkling of shame. I never thought Rin would look like that. Yeah, I know. This is not how it should go, even though Rin is right here. Even though there should be no more questions, no obstacles, not this maddening feeling that something is constantly wrong. The same feeling that clusters my heart yesterday makes its appearance. We are together in a way that is difficult to define. It eludes description as stubbornly as it evades change. Would a relationship like that be alright? Would it ever change to become closer? Even though we could stay together for all eternity, we could never find our mutual understanding. But there's no such thing as eternity. They may mean that we will not be together forever. If not our differences, then the flow of time will pull us apart with irresistible force. Rin is a creature of the moment, a whim of impulse. I am nothing of the sort. This is a fact that I can understand very clearly. If for no other reason, for the reason I should grasp this moment, even if it's the only moment that we'll ever have, I should not let myself spoil it. Even if I cannot escape myself, Rin can't either. I know now. We both have things we cannot let go, things we cannot think, feelings we cannot feel. But she allows herself to want me, without any restraint, here and now. Hey, I'm sorry,
Kasao, you really have to stop worrying.
Rin interrupts me before I get further, which is a good reason. I don't know what would have said. Her voice, void of the usual spaceness, scolds me softly without any edge.
You really have to learn to let go.
She scans me calmly, almost calculantly. I wonder what I look like through her eyes. Damn, they are green. It almost hurts. Violet. I've always was so enchanted by your eyes, so mysterious, captivating eyes. They always were too restless in her own good, but I was so always intimidated by them. Yeah, Rin is intimidating, on more than one level, and especially right now. She is frighteningly lucid, the goosebumps on her skin, giving away that she is cold or scared too. Either way, I steel myself a step back to Rin, embracing her to feel in her arms again to banish my doubts. The sight of the gentle, loving eyes seemed to melt those doubts away in the last snow of winter. And should I censor that?
Yep.
There's a nipple. She presses her head against my shoulder, seeking a place to rest herself and leaning against me like I lean against her.
Let go.
Yes.
You should forget about stuff like future and past. It's not like you can change those kinds of things.
I wanted to say something to her, but I have lost my voice, so I just mumbled something unintelligible to her.
You should just be with me now.
Maybe she understood what I wanted to say, even if I didn't.
Come here.
I am here.
Come closer.
My entire body is thinking only of positives now, so I hug her more tightly.
Closer.
I press my lower body against hers. She tenses a little, just a little.
Closer.
Her final plea is more than like a prayer. There is only one way to get any closer than this. I reach down between us and guide myself, sinking myself into her. Every muscle in Ren's body stiffens at the same time. She doesn't say anything or wince, so I push deeper, eventually moving out. Just put this as censor myself.
I need this thing censored. I need this thing censored. I'm gonna censor it with my mouse.
You want the censored version?
Yes.
You want to see my screen?
Yes.
And just read from my screen?
Yep.
Alright, this is how it's centered on my screen.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go with that.
Yep. Doesn't say anything of whence, so I push deeper, eventually moving out. And again, she moves with me. Our movements melt together in the continuous string back and forth, in and out. All sensations become sharper, amplified tenfold. My brain gave up interpreting all this stimulation ages ago, and now I am left with no choice but to feel all of this with my entire body. It's like that for Rin too. I know it. I could see it. I could feel it. She breathed sharply in and out, losing all composure, and Grace breathed warmly against my shoulder. Between those fragile breaths, she sometimes kissed me tenderly, gently, as she is sure how to do it properly. But there's no hesitation, desperately clinging to me, drawing me closer that we can feel all of her. She could move against me, around me, so it's hard to say as I wanted, and she begins. She takes it slowly, excruciatingly slowly, as if we had all the time in the world, even though we had only this moment and nothing beyond that. This feeling is... Oh, she says, wait.
Yeah.
I stop moving, slightly alarmed. Maybe it hurts, or... She looked at me in a way that I can't really begin to interpret.
Is this it?
Huh?
You said I don't have to be alone.
Her eyes are full of innocence, fuzzy head, confusion that makes me chuckle a little. A pet that hands in her head. Yeah, this is what I meant. Now you have someone you can come to when you get soaked in the rain. It means you're not alone. If there's such a person for you. She answers with a kiss, reminding me that we have stopped moving for no real reason. So we start to the top almost at the same time, which mirrors the rhythm of each other. I move faster, faster, in and out into her. My sweaty mix with hers, glistening in our shared skins like diamonds and pearls. She moves faster, grinding herself against me, and her throes and her desire, the intoxication sense of her lust, and mind's blanking feeling that connects our bodies, the sense of our irrational thoughts draining in my mind. All these burning my conscience, just like the compelling feeling of my body burns my instincts. All those feelings grow. Rin makes no signs of stopping. Her curls her feet behind her lower back, force me to drive myself inside of her as deep as possible, each milliliter sending waves through my spine. My mind blacks out as the world erupts in the flash of bright white blindness. Present. What's going on? Is this gonna go? The music is changing. Slowly. Am I supposed to click it?
Maybe? Yeah, try clicking it.
Present is a fleeting, a vague concept of being, the moment between past and future. It doesn't really mean anything. Wow, this wrench sure is, Also, I can't believe, Ali said something. As it's been there for 5 minutes and my face is red, lol. You record for being awkwardness. XD. Oh, Ali.
Oh yeah, this scene was fun.
Also, there's 3 people watching? What? Who? What? Why? Also, I can't see anyone who's watching for some reason. Disconnect, connect. And hopefully I can see anything. Doesn't really mean anything. Thinking too much about things that don't make sense is a waste of time. That's why living to the present always is the best option. Besides us who foresee the future and those forgetting the past too easily present, is really the only proof of our existence. though the existence will go, even if we forget for a while. It's a good to seize the day, at least every once in a while. Can I guess not. Gotta love me and my awkwardness, XD.
We love you, Allie.
Yeah, she sees your messages. That way, you can confirm that you are, in fact, alive. Am I gonna have to censor this again? I'm pretty sure that the girl who stands before me, there, half naked, staring at me from the window of the room, there's much better grasps of presence than I do. As for me, well, right now I'm somewhat confused at the present state, which, since I should try to locate my shirt, not to stare at Rin's butt, but I just try to stop looking at her. She looks so close and glass. Let me just put that there. Her nose is probably gonna leave a mark. At least her breathing does, when it condenses in the rain-cooled window glass, before quickly disappearing again. My shuffling around as gets stressed doesn't rouse Rin from her contemplation, which is fine, really. I don't mind the silences as much as I used to. Only after I'm almost finished with buttoning up my shirt does Rin say anything still, without turning to look at me.
Let's go somewhere.
Meanwhile, she says, I love you too, and it's I'm sick censorship. Where? I can only assume that she's invited me to not the Winslow side, but it's a fair guess.
I know.
What?
Help me get dressed. I think today is the day. Come on, clothes.
Does Rin have family? Are we gonna meet her family? Clothes, what an impatient tone. I crouched down and picked up her bra from the floor where it had fallen, discarded in the haste of undressing and forgotten there, hanging it between my fingers like a dead fish, the same hesitation that gasped me when undressing Rin. It creeped inside my head again. Is intimacy really something this difficult for me to handle?
Come on, you got off just fine. This is the same, but the other way around. It's like talking backwards.
It's like, that's even harder. I can't talk backwards. I can pretend talk backwards, like. Oh god.
Yes.
That's what it says, right?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure
Just continue.
They could hear that, right? The reverse fake.
Yeah, that's weird. Just continue.
What do you mean that's weird? Sounds demonic, lol. It is. Perplexed by her sudden and prodigious display of mental processing capability, I forget to attempt reversing her gibberish back. Oh crap. So did I. Seems what does that say? I feel like this is hard, but I don't think this is hard. But it's easy. Oh. Okay, seems hard, but it's easy. I'm pretty sure I shouldn't switch to talking backwards that fluently, even if someone practiced. The hentai of hentai visual novels compels you. Oh my. Could you repeat that? You wanna try saying that? But in human voice?
Okay, here's the problem, is S''TI is a thing in French.
Yeah.
Themis.
Sounds like you're trying to speak Latin, like
That's about how well I speak Latin.
Got it.
I
Fine.
don't have a good accent for Latin at all.
I'll give it a try. Rin was right. The locking mechanism was simple enough, and I had to get a little plastic hooks right in the third attempt. There. Oh, fuck.
One.
Now you have to adjust it.
Now you have to
Isn't it adjust?
something it.
Adjust.
Adjust it.
Welcome to Good Burger. Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. How may I help you? Demonic speak. Be gone, demon.
Yes, please.
It's so depth your foot. What? Please stop that. I don't speak backwards. I'm so dumb and dorky, lol. She shakes her head and needing to bash the backwards ways of thinking with a physical gesture. I know a few people who could benefit from this kind of ability. Who?
I got stuck. Now you have to adjust it.
Adjust?
That's what I said.
No, I asked what you meant.
You know, so that they're fine.
Oh, fine, you say. As if I have no idea what her breasts are supposed to be fine. I end up fumbling.
Yeah, if anyone ever asks me to speak something backwards and they write it out, I immediately just autopilot to pronouncing it like it's another language, and then they're like, just pronounce it like the letters there, and I'm like, no!
Yes.
So never mind.
I end up fumbling around her chest for a good while without really getting anywhere. Not that I would complain, but Rin does.
Amy is better than you at this.
Yeah, and Emmy has a bra, and I don't. I'm not used to this. Click and flish. Her impatient tone ticks me off. Even though I can't really disagree. Rin suddenly seems to be in an awful hurry. I don't sound like that. How dare bear? Gotta add more like, and it's like sometimes the same word over and over, like dork XD. Damn right I am. Yeah, well, excuse me. Could that be because she's a girl and can actually relate? Wow.
I don't think so. She has just about as much chest as you do.
Wow, I feel like that's an insult to either me or Edney.
Both. Both.
Dot. Did Rin just say she's never mind. And her bra, just like the most like humble brag. Oh god, dying of laughter. Her bra and her breasts eventually fine, as they should. The rest of her clothes are going to be easier to put on. Rin launches herself towards the door, even though her shirt is not buttoned up all the way yet. Left with no choice, I run after her. As soon as I realize that we're heading beside the entrance leading to the forest, I think I know where Rin wanted to go, although I couldn't say that she wanted to go there. Then again, I can't really assume my guess to be anywhere near correct when Rin is concerned, not even a quite generous definition of correct. The forest behind the wall smells of rain, the last raindrops still dripping from the wet underground from the earth despite the rain being gone for a while already. The stroll along the unhurried pace of Rin sets giving time to take in the calmer atmosphere. I think I could hear Rin saying hello to at least 3 different trees while she walks past them, but I ignore it. She's like the trees do. She leads me to a narrow side path leading to the hilltop, as I guessed. I peek through the canopy, trying to find a rainbow, but she doesn't seem to be one. The perfect weather for rainbows, the sun shining low, the rain not passed too long ago. Well, whatever. Lowering my eyes to the treetops, I can see the gained back of the girl who's climbing down the hill slowly without losing her balance. A few steps ahead of me in the path, but still within my reach. I don't think I ever would reach a rainbow, but reaching Rin, it seems that's impossible, but it would...
Wait, can you hear me laughing, Allie? Because I'm trying really hard to not laugh at the video I'm watching.
I can't hear you. It feels like you're on push talk.
I'm not. That's
Oh.
the problem.
Well, I can't hear you. That's fine. If I can't hear you, I don't think Allie can.
Okay. Continue.
Unless that's impossible, it seemed to be... The clear skies green us with above meadow clearing seems vast and beautiful. A strong wind heralding raindrops away from town. The other side of the mountains in the distance is sight of pretty, but a speck of white flies past the edge of the peripheral vision. But it turns to look, it's already gone. Another falls and a third, before I realize dozens of almost invisible small turfs of whites is flying around us.
Look, the flowers.
Ah, I see it now. The sea of dandelions that cover the hilltop and the vast visits change over the days. Why does this seem familiar? Is this Lily or Emmy or what is this?
Clah.
Okay. Where this is a bright yellow before, there was a now fluffy white. Some of the flowers still already shed of the seeds, but many still waiting for a suitable gust of wind. Today those gusts are not so short demand. Every now and then they shake the grass stirrily, and suddenly the air is thick with dandelion seeds. One by one, seeds separate from the flowers' heads are lifted away. A commonplace event for one that seems to fascinate Rin for some reason. She turns her head to side, marveling at change happening all around her. At the seeds flying away, I watch them too, find the white twerps floating with the wind towards the horizon, imagining I could see them after they disappeared on my sight.
So,
What is it?
do you love me?
I snap to attention to meet her suddenly very serious face, not looking only to the flowers anymore. What a tough question. Just like that, out of the blue. Still, her bluntness compels me to answer rapidly. I don't know. Maybe so. Maybe too rapidly.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Rin sighs, perhaps unhappy with my wishy-washy answer. I would be so...
Me neither. I don't think I know much about love.
It's fine, isn't it? How should I know? The shrug in her shoulders seems to say, haste about give a firmer answer. Isn't that basically us? She stays silent for a second too long, with even the seconds still long enough to think ahead.
I love you.
Those three words freeze me in the place like a rabbit staring in headlights. But I'm not a rabbit, and I'm staring at Rin's eyes that seem far too impassive for what she let out of her mouth. Rin looks pretty serious, though, until she sticks out her tongue, frowns a little, and confuses me even more with what she just did. Why does she look mildly unhappy? Was it a confession of her deepest feelings, a test to see how I would react, a test to see what she would react?
It tastes weird.
Tastes?
Yeah, so weird.
She laughs, maybe nervously or so, I think, but stops midway when she notices how strange it sounds.
Like, I don't know what. I don't think there is a word for this.
Rin keeps on talking as though there's no meaning behind her words, steadily and carelessly without dropping the same tongue, and formed a new important one.
A word for,
Except
it's like...
she can't find the words. Rin just keeps staring at me, stumbling on her words, and her brain suddenly grinds to a halt. It looks awfully confused, much like I feel right now, waiting for her to explain. But she doesn't. She just blinks a few times, flutters her long lashes, catching my fancy because she looks like she's petrified otherwise. unless I realized what they were fighting against. It's those weird tears again, not associated with sadness or happiness, not pitiful sobbing nor laughter of joy. Just tears, spontaneous and without warning, like the one time in the classroom.
Ah,
Just a few of them, not enough to make a fuss about, so Rin doesn't make a move to hide them or even notice. Rin cries, looking like she has no idea why, and somehow a great uneasiness grows in my chest when I look at the watery eyes and stare right back at me. It petrifies me too, a shock of incomprehensivity of the situation. I don't know what is happening anymore. Rin, what's wrong? She shakes her head in confusion. Let me just give you the screen. Stumbling at her words coming out of her mouth.
Sorry. I might be a little afraid of you.
The words are muttering slowly, with a small voice that is unbelievingly of what it's saying as I am. What? Why?
I don't know. Saying that just made me feel like that. People cry when they're afraid, right?
Do they?
See? I can do it too.
She's averting her gaze now, deliberately not looking at me. It bewilders me, at least as much as what she's saying.
I sometimes, with you, want to run away so badly, but I can't move. It's like my legs turn into lemon panna cotta pudding, and my heart feels like it's going to explode, and...
She slumps her shoulders melancholy.
Has a thing like this ever happened to you?
I remember the latent sky above the frozen forest, the sounds of leafless branches crackling around each other. It's like a memory from another life. Yeah, once. My head hurts a lot back then, too.
But I thought your thing was not contagious.
I shake my head and a tiny slight forced smile raises on my lips. Though there a millions of my heart would very once well be contagious, as I wouldn't care a bit. What are you afraid of? I never thought I was scary. Rin shakes her head desperately, as I knowing that her tangled inside of her mind won't be undone with just that.
You make me feel that I should be someone else than me. It's a scary thing. It happens when you are being nice to me, like yesterday.
Sorry.
I know what to do at times like that. It's hard.
Her voice is unbearably audible, a whisper admission of something that is too embarrassing to even think but mention, to say it loud. Ren has never been one to be embarrassed, so she does utter it loud. Only timid as if by instinct.
But I want to do something, but I don't know if this me can.
For a moment we just stare at each other, waiting for each other to say something. You are so stupid. Ren's lips taste salty and scared against me. I grasp her and embrace. I feel like my heart thumping in my chest painfully. Am I dying? Even though I glanced, I am glad that she could say things like that. They make me sad after all. Ren's spirit, her passion, her strength, all those things I hold dear are the ones I don't want to change. What should I treat them? What are they headed to? Is the future irrevocably different from mine's? That anxiety that will lose its grip on my heart, but I think I would learn to live with it. Slowly the pain in my heart dies out and settles into the same rhythm as Ren's. We listen for that one more time. After our lips break apart, it takes a while for either of us to realize that we can say something now.
See? You're a really kind person even when you're not.
That's my definition for you. Or no. You're a good person even if you're not. Even if it's just to me.
I'm so sorry. I should stop watching this video.
Hmm? Was that? Bless you.
It's the most scariest thing ever.
I'm totally not writing something. Dot, 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 dot.
I think that all I was ever afraid of is your kindness.
Is that bad? Even
Sometimes I say weird. Sometimes I'm like,
That's fine. Still. Is that really that bad? Even if you are afraid. She thinks that this wall furrowing her brows is thought some kind of hard math problem.
No, I'm alright with it. It's fine if it's you.
Like a weight's lifted in my chest, her words elate my heart. Feeling it with, I don't know, happiness? What else could I put it? This time my smile is genuine. Rin steps back, still smiling. Hello, thank you for the follow. Ha! Scary. And also, how is that even a thing? I don't even have a subscribe button. Oh wait, is it on YouTube? Did I get a subscription? Oh wait. I know what happened. Nothing to talk about. Shh. It's probably the giveaway. So, I don't know if it's this or not, but there is a giveaway if you go to my Twitter. And then like if you like the giveaway says, "Oh, follow my Twitch, follow my YouTube." And when you like subscribe on my YouTube, it gives me a notification on this, and if you follow on Twitch, it gives me a notification on this. And if people do it while they're not in here, it's especially surprising because no one's in here. So, ooh, scary. Rin steps back and smiling gently like I do with her. While she wipes her face and her shoulder, I pick up a round, plump dandelion clock and bring it to my perched lips. They spread out in the wind and picks up and carry them to a new home. To think that only a few weeks ago they were so different. This is change. Hey, so the flowers became what they were meant to become, like you said the last time. What about you? Did you become a true artist? Or did you not because you ran away? She pauses for a while to ponder my question, and shrugs her shoulders. Almost makes me laugh. The carefree easiness of gesture is a lovely thing, a sign of how Rin can, truly and really without any restraints whatsoever, shed the entire weight of the world from her shoulders, should she will so. I don't think Rin is anything. Rin is Rin, and that's all she needs to be. She is every possible and possibly a few impossible ways free. Like, I think Rin said it more herself. Things don't need labels. You shouldn't label Rin. And the fact that she didn't want to label her paintings is a manifestation of what Rin is. Rin herself is without a label. She shouldn't be a label. If she had a label, then she wouldn't be herself. Would that be a proper definition of what Rin is? Okay. She is very possibly a few, very possible ways free. I think I might love her for that.
I don't think it matters. Let's just watch the clouds for today.
She looks like Emmy there. She gives me Emmy vibes. What is this? She takes 5 steps to climb a large rock, and she rises high as possible here and stands on tippy toes. When she reaches the clouds, every inch counts. Sure, let's watch the clouds. It's good to do something you really want to do every now and then.
Yeah, you are probably right.
We said that before. I think on the Emmy route. I glance upwards in the blue sky opening high above us. It's deep, cerulean, vast. A spread fills entire vision beyond vision beyond. I don't think this is cerulean. This is more purple. This is violet. But sure.
Yeah.
Yet Rin stays in a rock, peering in a distant horizon, where the rain clouds are drifting far away from us.
I have decided something.
That dreaming voice of hers, spoken in the wind, carries into my ears, is lacking resolve and tone, but is full and in meaning.
It's alright to be me after all.
Yes, Rin has to be Rin for Rin to be her. For her to be herself, it's best to be you. The most complicated thing I've ever said. Is that alright? Her decisions always seem to be pretty far out. Well, I suppose that's an important realization, coming to terms with oneself, accepting yourself, being fine with what you are. A simple resolution of heart that seems to be unbearable hard to do, if not impossible. I do realize well enough that I might also be one of those people. Rin too. Maybe we're not that different after all. Maybe to accept someone else, you must first accept yourself. Maybe that's a necessary step, which we didn't take until now. Looking at her standing in the rock, I believe she did find whatever she is looking for. And so can I. Oh, she lifted up her arms. The wind catches her hair and clothes. Rin spreads her short arms as to embrace what is so very tiny and wide as she can ever do. For a moment, it looks like she herself might take flight, and I could have hold her myself back to not reach her shoulders, to not drag her back with me. But this picture is something I can only watch, is something for me to remember. I like this image, like this scenery. Rin's sleeves is flapping wildly in the wind, her hair wildly tussling in her skin, touched by the setting sun. They had to do this painting twice and then layer it, and then do this dandelion effect. This is more complicated than it looks. Or it's like 5 different images and then the same image like 100 times. Her sleek form, as I had to adore, is quivering and cool. Wind carries in small white specks of her past. It's such a beginning of a new flower, all engraved inside my heart, like those tiny seeds gathering in the wind. I'm sure that Ren too can take care of her place in the world without needing to create her own inside of it. May she believe it too, and standing as close as the heavens possible. She's giving the world a big hug. It seems to me the entire world really would fit her, between those small arms of hers inside the encompassing embrace.
Isao?
Oh, she looks happy.
Dear Lord, Hisao. I dropped my H so bad there.
Did you say Isao?
Yeah, it's like Isao?
It still sounded good. She looks at me the same way she calls my name, carelessly over her shoulder with strange happiness in her voice and her eyes. I gaze at those mysterious dark eyes and curious twinkle below her half-burned hair. Although I'm too far from her to see it, I'm sure she's reflecting my image. What is it?
What's the word for when it feels inside your heart that everything in the world is alright?
Is it happiness?
Contentment? Was that it? I think that was it. That was
Yes.
it. Finished the friggin' Ren route.
It's
We did it.
happy.
Now we just have to go back and restudy the Ren route.
Alright. Now
That
exit
was
this.
it.
Now back to board Rin choices.
Mhm.
Why is this
Did
back
both-
here?
That was the neutral route to the good one, so we can delete that.
Okay. This. Why are you being so supportive, Ren? Is that why you're being so supportive, Ren? Because you know how hard it is? Saya answers me instead of an art teacher.
Maybe, partially. Does it bother you?
Well, no, I'm just saying it's a bad thing either. I just don't get it. Like, the Altair, it's an amazing place, but it's not really been used in who knows how long, and now that Rin came, I'll...
17 years and 4 months.
I raised my eyebrows to meet Saya's calm, calculated stare, not unlike Rin's own, I fixed upon me. Naoma's usual smile and suddenly died too. It feels like the air pressure of the gallery has suddenly dropped along with the temperature.
I have to go now.
Okay, we will save here, and we'll see you next time. See you later. Quits and exits and yes.
We did it.